Breakfast with Friends, exclusive to CCFM 107.5.
So we get to that time of the morning, and I know that there are a lot of people listening carefully because this young lady has crept into so many people's hearts. And yesterday evening, I actually sent out just the social media post to a couple of people saying, hey, don't miss out, as Ashlyn Klinkradt is going to be sharing her personal testimony. She's just 17 years old and an absolutely incredible lady. My wife and I had the privilege of being part of an online event with Raising Hope SA, and a couple of Saturdays ago, and it was to help parents of special needs or disabled children, and a wonderful conversation. And that sparked me to ask Mary, Ashlyn's mom, to say, hey, can we please do a story of hope? And we did it via WhatsApp voice note because obviously social distancing and that whole thing is still in place. So this is the incredible story of hope with Ashlyn. So Ashlyn, please tell us where you were born and a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ashlyn Klinkradt. I'm 17. I was born in Port Elizabeth, but we lived in Grahamstown in 2003. And I have two younger brothers, so I'm the oldest of three, and both of them have disabilities. The one is 15 years old and the other is 12 years old, and we live with my mom.
Tell us more about your brothers, please.
So my oldest brother, David, he's 15, has Down syndrome, autism, and some other challenges. And my youngest brother, Jaden, he is 12, has mild cerebral palsy and a couple of rare conditions as well. But even through these, they still do sports. David does the cycle tour and a bunch of other cycle races in a buggy that is pulled by his cyclists. And they both do adaptive surfing. And this has just affected how I see life in the way that lots of people would look at it and say, oh, you've got these challenges, you can't, there's no way around it. Whereas I like to see it as, okay, these are the challenges, this is how we can get around it. And you see life in a different way. You see people struggling, and instead of just seeing the struggles, you see the possibilities on what that can evolve into.
Sure, I love that, Ashlyn. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So I have high-functioning autism, which I was diagnosed with at the age of 12. One of my biggest challenges related to my autism is that I tend to obsess over a couple of select items. We refer to this as a special interest, but mine are helping children with disabilities, Harry Potter, and music. So I tend to know a lot about these things, and I can easily redirect conversations to these topics as much as possible. My other challenge is executive function, especially with things like expanding on answers to questions. I tend to give as short an answer as possible, and I need to really work at explaining on thoughts and also just organizing those thoughts into a sensible order. I don't really see my autism as a disability, but rather just as who I am, and rather as one of my strengths because it enables me to view things and situations differently to how others may see them.
Sure, thank you. And tell us a little bit more about autism.
Part of autism as well is anxiety. Quite a few people with autism suffer from anxiety. I, at a young age, was diagnosed with multiple anxiety disorders. I have mild social anxiety as well as generalized anxiety. And so this has also affected what I can do. For example, if someone calls me out of the blue and says, can you quickly tell us about this? I will freeze and say no, because that's just my automatic brain response. And it's just make things difficult because I don't enjoy big groups of people and all one-on-ones. So it sort of makes it difficult to do lots of just daily tasks.
So tell us, how has the lockdown affected you?
The lockdown hasn't really been different in our family to usual, as we didn't go out a lot or anything. My brothers are quite happy at home. For me, the lockdown has opened up new opportunities such as volunteering at the soup kitchen, which I do 4 times a week. And we are careful, obviously, in terms of keeping protected, and we just normally continue with schoolwork. We played lots of board games, which I won most of them. And yeah, I like to be out and about, so I've made sure that I've kept busy while still being safe and keeping up with school and everything.
This segment is called Story of Hope, and it is very much about a testimony, about your personal testimony. So, Ashlyn, tell us about your relationship with God.
So I was raised in a Christian household, but I only officially gave my life to the Lord when I was in grade 8. I attended Rainish Girls High School, and we had a Christian society there, and there was a camp there. And it was at that camp that I gave my life to the Lord. And from there, everything else sort of fell into place. My passion for helping people became stronger. I discovered my passion for music. And that in turn has also helped me become more involved at church. I play in our Friday night children's ministry band. It's helped me to go out of my comfort zone to start help serving others, such as I've started volunteering at a soup kitchen during lockdown. And my best friend and I, we run the kids program at the soup kitchen.
Tell us about the organization that you started and why and how you started it.
So Raising Hope South Africa, I started when I was 13 years old because I've always had an impact with disability in my life because of my brothers. And so that's always been a passion of mine. And then I was doing a fundraiser at the time for Paul School in Brackenfell, and I was giving them food parcels twice a year. And it was becoming too much for me to handle as an individual. So we started Raising Hope South Africa to just be able to push help with this project and just be able to do more. So Raising Hope as a whole, we just offer support and encouragement and opportunities to people and their families impacted by disability. So we have multiple projects in which we do this. A Hampers of Hope project, which is a food parcel, homeschool projects, Hope Packs, a Malcolm-Fontaine Growing Point, which is in the making at the moment, counseling support, and we run a disability ministry, which we are partners with the Durbanville Baptist Church for.
Sure, that's a whole bunch of things. Tell us a little bit more about the food parcels.
So for the food parcels, they go to families where the dependent has a physical or intellectual disability or autism. There are certain criteria that that family needs to meet in order to qualify for a food parcel. And then we put in like sampan beans, soup mix, some tinned meats, and during quarantine we've been putting in some soaps if we get given, and just as much as we can to help them forward, to give them some food on the table.
That is incredible. And please tell us a little bit more about the Malcolm-Fontaine Growth Point.
The Malcolm-Fontaine Growth Point Centre is a new project with a long-term vision to serve the whole of the Malcolm-Fontaine and Stillbike disabled community. This project is still in the development phase as it has been delayed due to COVID, but it will include training for adults to be able to go and work in the workplace, therapies for those who need it, and teaching for the kids still in school.
And what is your hope with this project?
Our hope for this project is to be able to help equip these individuals in Malcolm-Fontaine and Stillbike to be able to go out and work and earn a living and just be as independent as possible in the future.
I love it. 17 years old, ladies and gentlemen. That's Ashlyn. And Ashlyn, before we let you go, any final thoughts?
I don't think so. Maybe just one thing would be that no matter what people tell you, your age doesn't matter. You can still make a big impact, even if it's just one person, because that's something that's really helped me. Because often people say, "Oh no, but you're still young. You can't be doing this. You can't do that. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make an impact on someone else." But everything you do will make an impact on someone else. So no matter your age, no matter your size, what you do will make a difference in somebody else's life.
Sure. That is beautiful, hey?
I love that, yeah.
Absolutely love it. So here are the contact details, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to make contact with Raising Hope SA, they have an email address, very simple, info@raisinghopeSA.com, or you can go check out their Facebook page on Raising Hope SA, Instagram, Raising Hope SA, and the website is www.raisinghope.sa. raisinghopesa.com. Makes sense, doesn't it? If you'd like to speak to Mary, Ashlyn's mom, you can do so via this cell phone number, 074 934 6279. That's 074 934 6279. Don't know about you, but that story of hope has really impacted me. 17 years old. She started the organization when she was 13.